is to help you to change your lives once and forever. If you've been sick and tired of getting the results that you don't like, this can be the beginning of a new journey for you. Give me 1 second. I'm just setting up a few things. Going live on YouTube here. Okay. Almost done. Okay. Who is brave enough to turn on their camera? Let me see your faces. Let me see who's here. I'm going to start the recording. Welcome to day 1 of the Freedom Formula. I was thinking a lot about what do you want to offer in this live masterclass. I do offer these live masterclasses once in a while. And the word freedom came to my mind again and again. And for those of you who are live, I want to know, what does the word freedom mean to you? What does it mean? When you hear the word freedom, what does it mean to you? If you can put it in the chat, you're live on YouTube, you can do the same. While you are thinking about the word freedom, putting it in the chat, what it means to you, I want to talk to you about the bonuses. So for those of you who are live on Zoom, because I don't have access to the full list on YouTube, for those of you who are live on Zoom today and for the next 2 days, this event is a 3-day live masterclass. It's not just today, it is 3 days, September 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. And for those of you who are live here today and for the next 2 days, there will be bonuses. We are going to pick 2 people. I'm going to choose my assistant. Actually, I'm not going to even look at the names. My assistant is going to choose 2 names of the people who are live on Zoom for all 3 days. And 2 of you would get a chance to have a free one-on-one, 1 session coaching with me that we can go deep into whatever you need, whatever you need help with, whatever area of your life you need help with. So I want to know, what is the meaning of freedom? Because today is the first day of Freedom Formula. In this event, I really want to help you start living a life of freedom. So some of you said free to do whatever I want with no restraints. Freedom means new beginning, to do anything I desire and still get paid. I love that. Having a peace of mind, the power to choose how I live my life without being bound by fear. Yes, limitation on other people's expectations. Beautiful. I love that. So freedom to me means freedom of time, freedom of location, freedom of money, freedom of thoughts, thinking. Everything you said in the comment. And I am just so grateful to let you guys know that this is how I'm living. And this is not how I always lived. Actually, this is not how I lived for the majority of time. So most of my life, I haven't had freedom. Yes, financial freedom, time freedom, not being worried about money. Oh my God, I want to talk about that so much. And I will talk about that. I will talk about money. I will talk about freedom. I will talk about having goals and dreams. I will talk about how to really live the life that you want. Also, if you guys can put in the chat, if you are an employee or business owner, or maybe both. If you can put it in the chat, that would be great. Business owner, employee. Okay, beautiful. So both. So this event, I initially called it from 9 to 5 to freedom, and then changed it to freedom formula. So this is for this 3 days container is for anyone who's either an employee and wanna quit, wanna start their own business, wanna do something else for whatever reason they are not fulfilled with what they are doing. They're not fulfilled with their job. And why do I want to do that? Why do I want to help these people? Because I've been there. For if you are an employee, you have a 9 to 5 job, you're not happy, you're not satisfied, you feel like there is more to life. You feel like you're meant for more. Or it's just something else that you enjoy and you want to do. This event is for you. Also, if you're a business owner and you are not an employee, you've already quit or you've never been an employee, you have your own business, but you feel maybe burnt out or stuck or plateaued and you just want to go to the next level, have more freedom of time, location, and money, this is also for you. Hello, beautiful. I feel like this live event, people are shy, their cameras are off, but that's fine. Whatever you feel comfortable with. I would love to see your faces, whoever feels comfortable. So it's for two groups of people, employees who are not satisfied, not fulfilled, and it can be for many different reasons. Maybe you don't like commuting to work every day, being restrained with the same time schedule every day. Maybe you don't even like what you do. Maybe you have another passion. That's for you, these 3 days. And also, if you have a business and you just want to understand how to expand your business to the next level, this is for you. So let me know in the chat. Also, if you're watching it on YouTube, who is familiar, have heard of Bob Proctor? I want to know how much should I explain about Bob. I love all those meanings of freedom that you guys are putting in the chat. We are supposed to live a free life in all areas of life. Oh, okay. So Betty didn't know Bob before, followed me, but I guess you know a little bit now. I heard of him before. Love Bob's teachings. Yes. So I'm going to explain about him a little bit because I want to really take time to not to teach you. There is so much information out there. Really, my intention, and I want this to be your intention as well, to transform you during these 3 days. By the way, if you don't have a pen and paper, go grab a pen and paper right now. I want you to take notes. As we write down and we take notes, we learn better. We integrate things better. So Bob Proctor was one of the teachers in the movie The Secret. There's a book also called The Secret. The movie documentary is on Netflix, I think. You can watch it for free. He was one of the teachers who started teaching manifestation, law of attraction, subconscious reprogramming, the laws of the universe 60 something years ago. He left this physical world 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, but his wisdom, his teachings, his program still here. His company is here. I am a licensed coach by Bob, so I teach his program that has absolutely changed my life and hundreds of thousands of lives. And he really, truly understood human potential, why we get the results that we get, and how to change it. How many of you are you yourself or you know people who are frustrated because they cannot change the results in their life? Been trying so many different things. Every new year comes and they have this new year resolution that this is going to be the year that I'm going to change my life. And they have the whole beautiful intention. And they go learn things and they study things. But at the end of the day, maybe a little bit change here and there, their lifestyle in general is still the same. I dare to say a majority of people live like that. Bob really took his lifetime, 60 something years of his life, to study, to be mentored by one of the most successful coaches in the world, Earl Nightingale, so many other different teachers, Napoleon Hill, to really learn why do we get the results we get and how to change it. So if you look up Bob Proctor, and if you don't know how to spell it, some people put his name in the chat. There's a lot of information on YouTube, on internet that you can find about him. This pen, I don't know if you can see it or not, this is a secret genie. This is one of the things that he teaches. It is, I'm going to talk about it tomorrow, by the way. Tomorrow's session is really, really powerful. It is about understanding the mind. It is about understanding the conscious and subconscious mind. And I'm going to teach about that tomorrow. So Bob, he started following some gurus and mentors and teachers, and he realized his life completely shifted. Like, what talk about quantum leap in terms of his finances and his happiness and his health and his relationship. So he said, I was always, you can't, you guys can't see me? Hear me now? No? How about now? Is it better? Can you hear me now? Yes? Okay. Okay, great. So Bob was, you know what I was just thinking? It's so funny, the law of attraction. I was thinking, we would love to get the new Apple AirPods, and now this one is acting up. So I need to get a new one because this is what I wanna manifest. I hope you hear me clearly now. Okay, great. So he really quantum leaped in his results in a very short period of time, in 1 year or two. And then he said, I really wanted to understand what changed in me so that I can teach it to people. He said, I was always losing. I never could keep up with a job. I was always being let go. I was always in debt. And when he learned this material that I'm going to teach you in the next 3 days, his life absolutely changed like day and night. And he decided to, he said, it took me 9 years to realize what actually changed in me. Isn't that amazing? So many times, successful people that we see in life, they cannot, one of my family members was like that. He could not articulate or transfer his wisdom and knowledge. He was unconscious competent, was competent, he was getting great results, but he didn't know why. And a lot of millionaires and billionaires are like that. They don't know what is actually different about them and other people, so they can teach others. This is so important. And Bob took 9 years to understand what shifted in him that caused him quantum leaps in his results and making millions of dollars. And after that, he created program after program to teach people what he learned about the mind, the conscious mind, the subconscious mind. And we're gonna go deep into that tomorrow. So that was a little bit about Bob. And during depression was when he made his first $1 million. So this is the very first thing I want you to learn from this. And I want you to take notes, please. It is not about the economy. He made his first $1 million during depression. $1 million was a lot of money back then. And people were starving. Businesses were closing down.
He was from a poor family he was a high school drop-off, no education background. And he said, I knew I'm not smart. So think about it. He didn't have anything in his favor. Economy, it was during depression, no family support, no money, always in debt, 20 something year old guy. And he makes $1 million after studying this material for 1 year. It is not about the economy. Stop giving power to what you don't have control over. In worst economies, worst financial situation, there are people who start businesses and they make millions of dollars and they become successful. And what do we call them? We call them lucky. We call them lucky. We say they are lucky. What is luck? If you've been following me, some of you are most of you are new faces, some of you are returning amazing human beings. Luck is the known effect of unknown causes. And this is another thing I want you to write down. So we live in a world of cause and effect. One of the laws of the universe, law of cause and effect. There's only one cause that is creating your results. You want to know what that is? It's not your job. It's not your employer. It's not the economy. It's not your family. It's not your spouse. There is only one cause of all your results. Yes, Robin, the cause is coming from your internal world, which is your brilliant mind, which is all your belief system. We have a combination of small and big in about different areas of life. What is your belief system? Some of those belief systems are clear. We know we have some limiting belief system. Some are not. Some are hidden deep down in our subconscious mind. Someone came to Bob and said, my workplace is toxic and I'm not making enough money and I don't like what I do. And my workplace is toxic. Bob said, change it. And he said, no, you don't get it. I'm saying my workplace is toxic. And Bob said, change it. You can change your outside, your external world by changing your internal world. Don't try to be too logical. Okay, that's something that I had to learn. Open your mind. This is actually something I wanted to share beginning of the call. I forgot. It's okay. I share it now. If you're here and for the next 2 days, open your heart and open your mind and be open to new ideas. Don't be so rigid. Don't be in a box of always thinking logically. And I say that with love and compassion because I used to be like that, always trying to make sense of everything. This whole world is not what you see. It's not what we see. It is so more than that. Don't rely on your five senses that much. You have so much power to change your world. You have power to change the reality that you see when you learn how to change the subconscious mind. And yes, we can change our reaction, we can change our perception. So what did we learn? The cause and effect. You are the cause of your results. Why we call people lucky? Because we don't understand the effect that we're seeing, which is them having millions of dollars and being happy and grateful and joyful. That's the effect we see. And we call them lucky because we don't know the cause, which is their internal world. We are not aware of their belief system. which is called paradigm, which I'm going to explain tomorrow. Join definitely tomorrow. Is going to be really, really important session. So Bob was someone who I believe like he was blessed for whatever reason he was chosen with this wisdom to give it to the world. And I am carrying his legacy to teach you how to tap into your full potential. Who here wants to live happy, healthy, wealthy, joyful, in love, abundant, free? Really wake up excited every morning. This is how we're supposed to live. We are the highest form of creation, aren't we? There are people who are living like that. I am one of those people. I'm not saying I've got everything that I want. There is always the next level, always the next level. Even if you make millions of dollars or billion, it's not about the dollar amount, by the way. It is about the growth. It is about the expansion. It is about who you become in that process. I wake up excited every morning, 99% of the time. I look forward to my day. I love what I do. I was getting so emotional before turning on my camera here today because I'm like, oh my God, it was not long time ago that I was not happy. I was not satisfied. I was not fulfilled. I felt trapped in a 9 to 5 job. And it's not because of a 9 to 5 job, by the way. If you love what you do, that's great. I didn't love what I did. And I thought, what am I going to do? I'm an immigrant. How can I have my own business? Oh my God, how many years should I come to this cubicle and do the things that I don't like? And I had this burning desire that I want to do more. Sorry, guys, I was not expecting that. Um, I want to do something meaningful with my life. Yes, Betty, looking forward to helping people. Nothing more fulfilling than helping people. And by the way, it doesn't necessarily mean to do what I'm doing. What do you love to do? Please understand what you love to do. You haven't chosen that. God is given that to you. Do you get it? It's not random. What you love is not random. It is your assignment. It is your soul's assignment. You're supposed to do it. When are you gonna stop playing small? When are you gonna be brave enough to say no to the job or the business that is not fulfilling you? When? When is time? When? Life is short, guys. Do you feel like every year is passing by quicker than the year before, right? It's crazy. We think I don't know why we think we have all the time in the world and we postpone things and say I do that next month. I do that next year. The time is now. I'll tell you briefly about my journey and then I continue the teachings. But as I am talking about Bob and my journey, there are a lot of teaching points here. I hope you're taking notes. While I'm talking, I'm gonna give you a little bit of my story. Please tell me in the chat if you know what you want. If you have a goal, you have a desire, and you know exactly what that is. Put it in the chat, please. For those of you who said you are employees, You have a side hustle. What is it that you want to do? Do you know what you want to do, or you just know that you're not happy with your current situation and you want to do something else, but you're not sure? Or you know exactly what you want to do, or you have an idea? Or for those of you who are business owners, let me know what you want. Do you have a revenue goal? What do you like your business to look like? I'm going to talk about goals today. While you are putting it in the chat, and there is no right or wrong, no one is judging anybody here. I'm here to teach and serve. The more I know about you guys, the better I can serve you. So I am from a third world country. I'm from Iran in Middle East. I left Iran 20 years ago, and I used to live in Portugal for some years. And then I moved to Canada on my own. And I moved to Canada when I was in my 30s, early 30s, and I never worked in my life before because my family, my background, traditional family, you just get married and that's it as a woman. So I moved on my own and I had to find a job for the first time in my life. And I studied French literature back home at university just because I liked it. No one taught me that you have to go study and get a degree so that you can make money. Making money was not even in my consciousness. It was not a thing in my family for women. Men used to be breadwinners. So I see how beautifully universe works. I came to Canada where French is a second language. I had no plan to come to Canada when I studied French in Iran. I didn't even have any plan to leave the country at that time. So I came to Canada, and being a bilingual was a plus, was a point. And then I found kind of a help desk job and really stressful, not fulfilling job. And then admin assistant jobs, kind of like office jobs, low-level jobs. And then I climbed my way up to becoming a team leader. I became a team leader within a very short period of time, less than 2 years. And I was making pretty good money and I was happy for a while. But it just at some point it became repetitive. It became like, what is the point of this life? Like, am I making money to pay my bills and then just look for the weekends and Monday morning being depressed? Yeah, I know some of you can resonate. So, and that it starts, I'm not sure if you can resonate. It starts with a small nagging voice, and then it starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Long story short. By the way, I don't see your guys. I only see one comment. Put it in the chat if you have a goal, or if you don't want to share your goal, that's fine. Just say yes or no. If you have a goal, if you know what you want in terms of your business, work, what you want to do, and money. So, long story short, I woke up one day and I realized I was at my work, and my colleagues would come to me almost daily saying, "Are you okay? Like, you don't seem okay." I was so grumpy. I was, I did not want to be there. I felt trapped. I hated everything and everyone. I'm gonna be honest. I just hated my environment. I hated myself. I was like, what am I doing? This is not how life is supposed to be. Who can resonate, feeling deep down that this is not how life is supposed to be? Life became meaningless to me and stressful. So, what I did, and I don't necessarily recommend it to everyone, but if you feel like doing it, I think this is a better way. So, there are two ways if you are not happy with where you are. I the only thing came to my mind that I could free myself to have my, so what I wanted to do, I wanted to have time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom. I wanted to make much more money, not being trapped in a cubicle in an office, not being forced to be there at a certain time and leave at a certain time. And the first thing came to my mind was real estate. And I got my license. The day I got my license, I really literally passed my exam, I quit my job. So I jumped. And the reason why I say I don't recommend that because it's it requires how do I say it? It's not very nice to your nervous system when you do that, right? So, but it was my, I don't feel, I know that my growth was much faster than if I had to, I took my time and then slowly, tiptoed into this real estate thing. It would probably take me years. I would probably still be a real estate agent, not a coach. So I burned my boats. This is one way you can do it. Or another way is start doing it as a side hustle. So have your job and do the part-time thing until you build some momentum. And so, by the way, if you are someone who sat here in the chat or watching the recording, by the way, there are a lot of more people. Almost 250 people have registered. A lot of people are watching the recording. So if you're watching the recording or you're here live and you said, I know-ish, I kind of know because I'm reading the comments, it's not clear to me, that's totally fine. Just take the next step. Please just take the next step you can think of right now. I'm not a real estate agent. I still have my license for myself and my investment properties, but I don't do any real estate deals anymore. I didn't know I want to do this. It came because I followed the breadcrumbs, follow the breadcrumbs, follow the very next thing that is on your mind today. Live one day at a time. Stop thinking about what is my life purpose? What is my mission? What do I want to do? It's not going to come to you today because you're not vibrationally there. It comes to you as you go along, as you follow the nudges. I love that, Betty. Um, what is your industry, Fahad? I'm just curious. Multiple sources of income is one of the things that Bob Proctor teaches. Yes, I do have multiple sources of income too, and I teach that to all my clients. It is important to have multiple sources of income. It is important to create income while you're sleeping. So we'll talk about that later. Anyways, just to summarize my story, my real estate was not going the way I wanted to, and I was using all my savings and I was getting more and more stressed until one day, by accident, I said quote unquote accident. There is no accident. Everything is universe, divine orchestration, and beautiful synchronicities. Bob Proctor popped up on my YouTube channel. They were offering 5 days free live masterclass, something similar to what I'm doing. It was called the Paradigm Shift. I've always been interested into personal development and mindset and growth. I joined their live masterclass, 3 day live masterclass, and my real estate business within less than a year, within 7, 8 months, shifted so much that that year I became an award-winning agent in my office. And that was 2021. Just so you know, we were in COVID. Nobody was buying and selling that much. Real estate was kind of dead. I could not go door knocking anymore. This is how I found my clients. I did a lot of door knocking, cold calling. I did a lot of hustle, and this is not what I do anymore. I'll talk about that in a bit for those of you who are business owners here. 2021, I became an award-winning agent in my office, Royal LePage Signature in Toronto. And I was still doing the same thing. I was kind of still doing the same thing. In terms of my business, I was contacting, calling people, asking for referrals. But what changed? What changed was my paradigm. What changed was my consciousness. What changed was my belief system. And 1 year after, when I became an award winning, and I looked around and I thought everybody would be winning an award because I've been doing it for, I don't know, for some time now. And I looked at other people who started at the same time as me, and they were not award, they didn't happen to them. So I realized something within this program. By the way, it's not just a 5 day. I took the whole year program. I forgot to mention that. I took their whole year program, Bob Proctor program, and this is a program that I teach now. I realized that I was the only one within my group, other real estate agents who started at the same time that I became an award-winning agent, and I realized it was because Bob's program. So I decided to, again, to jump and quit real estate and started coaching. Um, I still have my license. I kept it for myself, but I became so fascinated with this. Like, why the heck no one teaches this to kids at school? We are supposed to know this from early age. We are supposed to know that we are the cause of our results. Can you accept this idea that regardless of where you live, regardless of the economy, regardless of your industry, regardless of your background, how much money or investment or savings you have, can you accept the idea that you alone can change your results? Put it in the chat if you can accept this idea. And by the way, it's up to you. You can make a decision. Even if you didn't accept this idea 2 minutes ago, say, yes, I do accept this idea as of now. That's how powerful we are. We can accept or reject any idea. If someone tells you people don't have money, economy is so bad, reject. You don't need to internalize and get emotionally involved with limited ideas, even though if it is the reality of the world. Why do you need to give it power? Who cares? It is the reality. If you don't want it, you don't give it power. You reject it and you go within. I love that. Yes, 100% control of your results is in your hands. How exciting that is. How freeing. Talk about freedom. Talk about freedom. Your life experience is 100% in your hands. And if you didn't put it in the chat, and if you're watching the recording and you're like, I don't know, change that. Change that mindset right now. Say yes, even if you don't believe it. You start brainwashing yourself. You know, you've all been brainwashed by society, by media, by negativity, by other people around you. Why not brainwashing yourself? Brainwash yourself. Keep repeating something enough time, you're going to believe it. We get together with friends and families, and everybody talks about how horrible is economy, how everything is going down, and Trump is this and that, and brainwash. You're being brainwashed. You're being bombarded by negativity, limiting ideas. Why not brainwashing yourself? Write it down every day. I believe I am the cause of my results. I believe I am within the 3% most successful people in the world. Maybe I'm not there yet, but I'm on my way to get there. I'm on my way to get there. It's possible for me. Keep repeating to yourself, I am successful. I am the first multimillionaire of my family. Nobody can stop you from thinking what you want to think. To me, by the way, this is the ultimate form of freedom. To think what you want to think. Nobody Absolutely nobody can decide for you what to think. This is the ultimate form of freedom. Do you get it? And as you think, as you internalize those thoughts, they will manifest. I have a question I wrote down here. By the way, I don't have notes. I really let this free flow. I ask God to guide me, and I've taught that enough time already that I don't need notes, but I put some points that I want to talk about. And one of the questions I wrote down is, who are you really? Who are you? If you can put it in the chat. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? You're not your name. You're not your body. You're not your title. You're not your role. You're not a mom, a daughter, a sister, a teacher, someone, a business owner, an employee. You're not, yes, child of God. And what I like to say is you're an infinite soul. You're an immortal soul. You are an immortal soul that's been given this beautiful vessel, this life, to experience a 3D life for a very tiny, tiny, short period of time. Are you using your time the best way that your soul craves for? Your soul didn't come here. Listen to me. Your soul did not come to this life to do some unfulfilling job, to pay the bills, and wait for retirement, and then leave this world. Each and every one of you came to this world with an assignment. Your soul has been given an assignment. You came here to fulfill something. Now you have to figure out what that something is. And you will figure it out if you want it enough. You just need to take the first step. If you said you're an employee here or business owner, whatever, think about what do you love to do this week? Not next year, not what is my life purpose. What is it that you love the most? So I'm going to give you homework. Today, you're going to take a pen and paper. You're going to write down 30 things that you with your knowledge, consciousness right here, right now, today, that you love to be, do, or have. So that includes, I would love to have a Hermes purse. By the way, nothing wrong with wanting material stuff, nothing wrong with wanting more money. Don't feel shame or guilt if you want more. Don't shame other people if you see they want more. Wanting more is your soul wanting more. And in that process of getting to more, you become a better, higher version of yourself. You get it? This is how we expand. If you don't have enough goal and you're like, okay, I'm happy with just camping and going to the cheapest hotel. It's okay. I'm happy. There is no growth and expansion in there. You're not making your soul any favor. You are actually not living the way your soul is supposed to live. We and the whole universe, we are here for expansion and fuller expression. And this happens through setting goals, including material goals. So you write down 30 things. This is your homework for today. Do it before we start tomorrow. 30 things that you want to have, material stuff, maybe a better house, maybe more vacations, maybe business class flights, five-star hotels, relationships. Maybe you want love. Maybe you want to find your soulmate. And also, what do you want to do? Maybe it's art, maybe it's tech, maybe it's AI, maybe helping people. So what is it that you want to do? Maybe it's cooking. There is no small or big, there is no right or wrong. You write down 30 things that you love to be, do, and have. And then you decide what is the most, what is the one thing on that list that it just makes you feel so excited. Your soul guides you. Your soul guides you to that thing. And you have to pick that thing and commit yourself to get it, to be it, to become it. Even though if you don't know how to do that now with your consciousness right now. So goals, the way Bob explains goals and goal setting, there are three types of goals. A-type goal, B-type goal, and C-type goal. A-type goals, and I hope you're writing this down. A-type goals are the goals that you've already done, you've already achieved, and you know how to do it. Like the way that Bob gives an example of having a car, like let's say you have a Range Rover, and after 4 years, 5 years, you want to buy another brand new Range Rover. This is an A-type goal. You've done it before. Sure, it's a brand new Range Rover, but it's something that you've done before. That's A-type goal. Nothing wrong with that, but this is not the goal that we are talking about in this masterclass. B-type goals are the goals that you haven't done it before, but you kind of know how to do it. You kind of know the steps. You kind of know if I do this and do that and get there and talk to this person, maybe do this and that, I'm going to get there. Maybe if I get another degree and then I do better at this area of my job, I can get a promotion. You see what I mean? It's kind of clear how to get there. This is also not the goal that I want you to set. C-type goals are the goals that Bob teaches, and I teach people how to set this type of goal and how to get there. So think about when it comes to specifically employees who want to start a business or business owners who want to expand your business. Your goal might be, I am a 9 to 5 employee. My C-type goal, by the way, C-type goal is like another word for it is fantasy. It's like so out of reach. It's like a fantasy, but it is something that is exciting, right? Fantasy is exciting. It's you love it, but you have no clue how to get there. That's your C-type goal. That's like I give you some examples, like you're an employee and you want to change millions of lives, and you have no idea how to do that. That's your C-type goal. You're a business owner, you're making 100K a year, but it is your dream to impact so many people that gets you to 10 million a year. And you have no idea how to do that, but this is like this is what excites you. This is your dream. That's a goal we want to go after. And you are not supposed to know the steps. If you know the steps, this is not the right type of goal. Yes, it sounds amazing. And I tell you, Fahad, it is amazing. When you live in this kind of consciousness and this way of living, you just wake up one day and I'm like, what have I been doing before? That was not living. That was just old programming, being like a robot, being like a zombie. This is life. This is exciting. This is what helps you wake up every morning wanting to jump out of bed. And believe me, you do not need to know how to get there now. And believe me and trust me, you will know how to get there. Imagine driving in a rainy, foggy weather. I was driving last night. It was so much rain. It was so scary. You can't see much. You only see maybe a couple of meters, few meters. You keep driving, and after whatever long, however long, half an hour, you will get to your destination. You don't need to see the whole way. You do not need to see it. You're not going to see it. You know why? You're not going to know the steps to your amazing dream life. Because you're not vibrationally there yet. The law of vibration, everything vibrates in this world. Nothing is solid. Even if this piece of crystal, you see it as solid, you put it in the microscope, under a microscope, it is moving. There is movement, nothing solid about anything. We live in an ocean of motion. Everything is moving constantly and different frequencies. So my frequency is different from someone who's making less than me and someone who's making more than me. We are all on different frequencies. Your goal, your dream, your desire is on a higher frequency, and you're not there yet. So you're not going to know how to get there, but you will know as you move on that scale one day at a time. So the universe is going to show you only the next step. When you take that next step, sometimes you need to be brave, by the way. If you're not being courageous, the universe is not going to show you the next step. Why would the universe show you the next step if you're not brave enough to take the first step? You see, the problem is we think, I need to know how to get from A to Z to quit my job. And people stay there for decades. You are never going to know how to get to Z if you don't take the step from A to B. You're not being granted that access to that knowledge, to that consciousness, to that vibration. You have to take the step and then the universe show you the next step. You see, does that make sense? That's how the universe works. The universe says, your wish is my command. I give you whatever you want. You are the co-creator of your life, but you are the one who needs to take the first step. Because we live in a world of free will. We are so free that we can be in bondage. We can be slaves. We can be modern slaves. That's how much freedom we have. We live in a world of freedom, free will. With your free will, the universe says, I'm not going to do anything unless with your free will, you decide you want to take the first step. You jump. You show me you're brave enough. I show you, I literally send you the next resource. I bring how many times it has happened to my life. And I'm sure I'm not anyone special. We are all the same. We have some uniqueness, sure, but our essence is the same. When I look back, when I take a minute to really think, which is something we miss, by the way, these days, because we're so distracted by everything. When I take a minute to think about my past, last year, 2 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, so many times, universe sent people on my path that literally was like, changed my whole life. I heard from someone something that led me to something else. That's why I say follow the breadcrumbs. You do not need to know how to get to your goal and you will never know how to get to your goal. You will only know what is your next step. So what are we going to do? Yes, definitely universe wants to see us commit. Absolutely. What we're gonna do today, our homework, you write down a list of at least 30 things, small, big, whatever you want, that you want, and you keep it somewhere because you're gonna manifest all those items on that list if you stay with me enough after this 3 days live event. And then you're gonna pick the most important thing on that list that you want to do. Obviously, the most important thing on that list shouldn't be, and hopefully won't be, a Dior purse. It hopefully be something that you want to do, something that you want to do, not something that you want to have. Something you want to, someone you want to be. Who do you want to be? And come up with a beautiful C-type goal. And I want to give you a formula. So these are still your homeworks. You write the list, you pick one thing out of that list that is your C-type goal. Everyone's clear on a C-type goal? It is our fantasy, it is our dream, it is something we love to do. Might not be really clear, might be a vague idea, that's fine. One of the coaches told Bob that I don't know what I want, my C-type goal is, but I want freedom. And Bob said, this is a C-type goal. This is a C-type goal, living a life of freedom. Maybe your goal is starting your business. Maybe you know what is your business, maybe you don't know. That's okay. Maybe your goal is take your business to the next step, 10x your business. Maybe that's your goal. So fantasy, you take that fantasy and you ask yourself 2 questions. Am I able and am I willing? Bob said it takes these 2 questions to take a fantasy into a theory, into a goal. Am I able? I know we are 1 hour. This is going to take a little bit longer. I hope you stay with me, and because it's important. I want to teach as much as possible, and I want to finish the goal setting is really, really important, and the foundation of everything. So you have this beautiful fantasy dream, and you ask yourself these 2 questions. Am I able and am I willing? What is the answer to the first question? Am I able? Am I able? The answer to am I able is always yes. So then why Bob asked this question? It's because he wants you to come to this awareness, have this consciousness that you are able. Go stand in front of a mirror after this. Look into your eyes. Tell yourself who you truly are. Look into your eyes in the mirror and say, I am an immortal soul. I am able to be, do, and have absolutely anything that I desire because my soul put that desire into my heart. It is mine. If it was not mine, I would not even want it. Thank you for the heart. I'm glad it resonates. Don't waste your life. Go after what your soul came here to do. And when I say soul, again, it does not mean to do something life-changing for millions of people. Maybe your soul came here to experience food, cooking. You know, the soul cannot feel anything, right? We as human beings have senses, which is so beautiful. Imagine energy. Energy cannot feel, hear, smell, taste anything. Maybe your soul came here to be the best chef you can be in your own way. There is no big or small. Don't get stuck with that low book in my, what is my life purpose? Your life purpose is whatever you love to do today. Again, follow the breadcrumbs. Yes, stop overthinking. Don't overthink. Ask, and by the way, ask God. This has been helping me a lot. Whatever I want to transform, ask God. I used to be like that, Betty. A lot of overthinking. I literally go for walks, and I learned that from a spiritual teacher. Go for walks, talk out loud to God, universe. When I say God, it is different from the religious God. I don't believe in angry God who punishes us. I believe in infinite intelligence, source, that loving energy. It is all love. There's no judgment. It's all love, pure love and light and consciousness. Ask that I want to transform. I want to get rid of my overthinking. Please help me to get rid of my overthinking. Give me courage to take the first step. Give me courage to take the first step. Give me courage. Please give me strength to believe in myself. Give me strength to feel more worthy, to feel more confident. Talk to the universe. Ask. So, am I able? Yes, I am able. Am I willing? Now, what is the answer to am I willing? That's where the free will comes in play. And again, when we leave this world, God, universe is not going to judge us. Oh, you had a soul assignment and you didn't do it, so you're going to be punished. No, it's going to be like, okay, that was your soul assignment. You played it small. You want to go back again? Can send you back. That's another subject for another day, reincarnation. And then this is your last homework, last part of your homework for today. When you go through this exercise, you come up with your C-type goal, which does not, again, I want to make it clear, it does not have to be like this life-changing, crystal clear purpose. It can be an idea, it can be a dollar amount, it can be a financial C-type goal, it can be related to quitting your job, starting your business, whatever it is. I'm very passionate, by the way, about this subject, because this is what I've done. And if someone told me you are able to do the things you're doing today 10 years ago, I would be like, yeah, that's very nice of you. Don't think so. I followed the breadcrumbs, and I'm very passionate about helping people to leave the 9 to 5, leave the matrix, leave the modern slavery, and go after your dreams and your passion. If anyone into today, it's, by the way, it's 111. It's a beautiful open portal. Think about your dream and it is already done. Can you feel that it is already done? We'll talk about it more tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Marzina. Yes, I'm very passionate about it because I want you to be as satisfied and happy and fulfilled and passionate like me, the way I am living my life. And again, there's nothing special about me. I don't have any special background or anything. Maybe I was stubborn enough, or I just followed the breadcrumbs. So the last part of the homework, because I want to let you go. When you come up with your beautiful goal and dream and desire and that fantasy, that C-type goal, it's all the same. C-type goal, dream, desire, fantasy. You write it down. Are you guys taking notes? Are you guys paying attention? This is important. This is where the transformation happens, not by just coming here and listening and watching this, by taking the actions. So take the action. You should write down your goal, your C-type goal, in this format. I am so happy and grateful now that. I am so happy and grateful now that I have achieved my goal of having a business in art industry. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have 10x my income. I am so happy and grateful now that I am changing hundreds of lives every year through my YouTube channel. I am so happy and grateful now that whatever it is in a present tense, you write it down in a present tense. And the key, the secret is in feeling. So it's not just because this is a mistake I made. Everything I share here with you guys, I've been through. From being an employee to starting a business, being stuck in business, not knowing how to run my business and using all my savings, to following my dreams, expanding my business, from being burned out, working many, many hours to now working barely 3-4 hours a day. And I don't even call it work. It's passion. It's what I love. I can literally do it all day long. So I've been through it all. And when I first started this material, Bob Proctor coachings, I didn't necessarily do everything wrong. So he said, write this goal down. He suggested to write it down 100 times a day. It can be too much. At least you should do it once in the morning, once at night before you go to sleep, because these 2 periods of times are where your subconscious mind is wide open. Write it in a present tense. And what is the key, the secret? The key is in feeling. You should brainwash yourself day after day, even if you don't believe it right now, even if you think it's a bunch of BS, it's not going to happen. I don't even see how it's going to happen. Maybe 10 years from, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The power of repetition. You write it down enough times. And when you write it down, close your eyes 2 minutes after you write it down and you visualize yourself living that life. Do you know that when you visualize something, it means it exists? Do you know anyone in the history who has invented anything, including Wright brothers who has invented airplane, Steve Jobs, anyone who has invented computers, anything, they first saw it in their mind? Do you know when you see it in your mind, it means it energetically already exists. It's just not observable to your 5 senses yet. So that's how you create a belief, like a strong belief that it already exists. It's already here and I believe it. I cannot see it with my 5 senses yet. I cannot smell it. I cannot hear it. It's not in my bank account yet. But it is like planting a seed. When you plant a seed, you don't see the fruit right away. You don't see the plant right away, but it is growing. It is growing. It is there. It is happening. Things are working out all the time. So we want to learn in these 3 days how to live from inside out. That's how you change your outside. That's how you change your results. I think I gave you a lot. I hope you enjoyed. Go back and watch the replay. I'm going to send you, yes, skip to the next level of your life. Time, by the way, is not linear as we think. It's circular. It's spiral. And there are infinite parallel lives that you can tap into. There's so much I can talk about this, but I don't want to overwhelm you. Make sure you do your exercises before tomorrow. And again, for those of you who are live here and keep coming live for the next 2 days, I'm picking 2 people who are going to win a one-on-one coaching session with me. Tomorrow's session is really, really powerful. I'm going to go deep into the belief system, that paradigm that I talked about. Where does it come from? How to change that? Because if you don't change that, let me tell you, nothing is going to change. I left my 9-to-5 job, started my real estate business, but because I didn't change my paradigm, things really didn't change in terms of my result. It actually got worse. I'm not saying it necessarily going to be the same thing for you, but if we don't change that subconscious programming, our life cannot change much, because this is science, by the way. I'm not making it up. Go look for neuroscientists. Neuroscientists have proven, it is proven, that 95 to 97% of all of your results in life, including your job, your finances, 95 to 97% of all of your results is a direct reflection of your subconscious mind. So we want to learn for sure, what is this subconscious mind? How to change that. That's why people hustle and grind and they burn out and they're still getting the same results, because it is not what we do 5% consciously. It is what is in our subconscious mind. 95% comes from that subconscious belief system. I'm also sending an email today, within a few hours, within a couple of hours with this recording. There is going to be a link to book your call with me on a calendar. This is a quick 15 minutes call. Maybe we go into half an hour max. And this is for me to understand where you are at. It's not a coaching call. It is to talk about what is available for you after these 3 days, because I'm sure you realize that we can't change much within, as much as I hope I am giving you. We need to put more time and more work and more effort to change our subconscious mind. And if you're interested to know how to stay with me after these 3 days and how to join Bob Proctor's program, and you're just curious to know what is this program about, how long is it, what is included, how much it costs, book your Zoom call with me, no strings attached, just a session to give you options. There are different options for your next step after this 3 days free live event. There is so much I can teach you here, but it is just tip of an iceberg. So look for that email with the replay link. And when you go to that link, there is a calendar link somewhere on that page that you can book your call with me. We can talk about your options. Thank you so much for your beautiful messages. I'm so glad to see you've already felt the difference. My goal is to, because what happens is that we come to these events, we feel the shift, which is amazing. We feel the difference. But if we don't stay in this environment, unfortunately, because the paradigm is very dominant, we're going to fall back to the old story. I don't want that to happen to you. So don't worry about, I can't do the coaching right now, or I don't know how much it costs. I don't have the money. Don't worry about anything. Just book your call with me. We're going to have a conversation. You don't have to do anything. But if what I'm sharing with you makes sense, if it resonates, if you're feeling something in your heart, book your call. The link will be on the replay. I see you all tomorrow, same time, 12 p.m. Eastern time. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your time. Do your homework. Talk to you tomorrow. Have a great